Sagittarius, happy July 2018. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Hope you're doing fantastic. As you know, I pre-shuffle, but I'm going to add a little more energy before we get started. All right, so this is Sagittarius, July 2018. This is about love. Anybody looking for love? Anybody looking to reconcile? I've been trying to do something about couples, but the people who order private reads, etc., tend to be, singles, or anybody looking to reconcile. So again, I will try my best to start getting some, let's swap out, try to get out couples reads, but for now, these are generally based on anybody who's single, looking for love, wondering about their love life, and anybody who's looking to reconcile. So, hope you're doing fantastic. Whoa, your cards are flying out all over the place. This is a general read, Sagittarius. So, check your sun, moon, and rising, as sometimes those resonate with you more than others. If you want a private read to get specific information, the instructions are below in the description. Also, any likes, comments, subscribes, etc. are greatly appreciated. Again, very important that you recognize it's a general read. I hope that these resonate with everybody, but obviously that's not the case in every situation. So, I'm using the Deviant Moon. Oh, you've got cards flying out everywhere, but there's too many. That was like 6. Okay, like I said, I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and your final card just popped out. But I got this new deck, the 8-coin tattoo tarot that I love, but it's a little light, and so it kind of tends to like reflect on the camera. So I don't know. Next month I may end up using them anyways, but I'm gonna do your theme of the month and clarifier with the 8-coin tattoo tarot. I just got them. I think they're fantastic, but like I said, they're definitely a little harder to see than the ones I usually use. So, okay, let's get started. And your theme of the month is the Queen of Pentacles. So, make sure you can see that here. The Queen of Pentacles is very good energy. This is a nurturing energy. This is an energy of wanting to be generous, wanting to feel like giving to somebody, feeling very charitable. So if you're single, this definitely says that some of you are wanting to give your heart to somebody, or at least find somebody that you feel like giving your heart energy to, or nurturing, or caring for. It's a loving energy, but it's also very diligent. So it's understanding that it's not just anybody who you feel this way about, or anybody that you'll give this energy to, or connect with. It's somebody very specific, because this is an earth sign card, and earth signs are very picky about who they give their love to. This says if you're single, you're ready to meet somebody, you're ready to get involved with somebody, and some of you, that's just meeting somebody to date committedly. Doesn't mean that you want to get married or have a bunch of babies, just means you want somebody pretty special to connect with, but you're ready, but you're not willing to just give it to anybody. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely is more of a charitable card. This means that if they communicate with you, you're probably more likely this month to engage in that communication if you haven't before, or vice versa. If you're trying to communicate with them, they may be feeling more generous. However, I feel like it's really up to you, Sagittarius, that this is saying if they communicate with you, you're going to feel a little more like a little more refreshed about the idea than you have maybe recently in the past couple of months. So I guess that's definitely a good thing, because some of you have been wanting to communicate with this person from your past for a while. Now, the next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the 9 of Pentacles. So, very interestingly similar to the Queen of Pentacles. This is a more forgiving, more nurturing energy, more I'm ready. The 9 of Pentacles is getting there, but not quite 100% there. So, July, your theme is you're getting there. The beginning of the month shows that maybe you're interested in putting in the work. If you're single, you're definitely wanting some sort of accomplishment or success or satisfaction in your dating life. And you may already feel it. You may feel plentiful, like there's a lot of suitors, there's a lot of people you've been dating, a lot of potential out there. And if you haven't felt that way, you're going to start feeling that way coming into the month of July. But this, again, feels like maybe it's been a long time since you've even met a decent person just to date. And the 9 of Pentacles is saying, okay, now you're starting to meet people. Or maybe you're just starting to go online to date or go to meetup groups. however you're doing it, and it's a much better experience than it has been in the past. But you just want to find somebody. You have an end goal of finding somebody in particular, and you're coming into the month with that goal in mind, and really feeling like you want to achieve meeting somebody pretty substantial in your life. If you're looking to reconcile, this is also about success, but I feel like this is like success and communicating, success and finally maybe you guys, like putting the grudges away and actually being able to come together on a level of communicating to where you're not hurting each other's feelings. Because again, this is a feeling of being satisfied with whatever is going on right now. So, if you've had communication, you're satisfied with that. If you haven't had communication, again, I feel like if it starts, you guys are able to stop pointing fingers and move on to making, bigger decisions. The next card you have is how you're feeling inside coming into the month. And that's very interesting because this is internal and this is external. So on the outside, if you're single, you're definitely feeling like, hey, I got this. You're kind of putting on this confident vibe of, I know what I want. But on the inside, you're feeling very frugal. Now, you have a lot of earth energy, Sagittarius. So you may be dealing with an earth sign or tend to deal with more earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, because you have 3 earth cards on the table so far. Now the 4 of coins is a little more frugal. This is somebody who's being a little more possessive. So if you're single, you're definitely looking for something much more substantial than you've had in the past. You're not willing to give your heart to somebody, to give this Queen of Pentacles energy out to just anybody. This is you saying, I'm holding on until you prove your worth. So you may be dating. There may be, abundance of people coming in or out. And you're feeling, satisfied in meeting people, but maybe not meeting the one. And I know that it's hard, it's a numbers game, and the one sounds so serious, but it's true. I mean, when you finally get into a committed relationship, if that's what you're looking for, whatever it is to you, you're obviously not looking to commit to like 8 people, right? So this is saying emotionally, you're holding back a little bit until somebody, strikes a chord in you to want to give off that energy. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar, only this is like you saying, okay, I'm willing to communicate, you also putting on the front that you're doing perfectly fine, which I think most of you are, but for some of you, it is kind of a front, because even though you feel this way, like, okay, I can be successful with or without you, and I'm willing to give you another chance. I'm willing to at least talk to you. But on the inside, you're going, okay, but let's say we start this again. You're not getting my everything. We're not jumping back into this. Like, I love you. We're moving in together. Anything. Like, I'm holding back until you give me a reason that I shouldn't. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. And I always bring this card up, this position. Every reader has a different reason for it, and this is the 3 of Wands. The reason I bring it up is because you don't want to repeat patterns from bad relationships, but if it's something good that you need to remember this month, it can help bring, more satisfaction to a healthy relationship. Now, I always read this together for singles and anybody looking to reconcile, but the 3 of Wands is at one point you both had some sort of situation where you were planning on moving forward. You had goals. You were excited. Things were going, like, you almost felt like things were going exactly the way you wanted. You felt very satisfied and very happy with how things were moving. It was a partnership and you were really growing. And then something cut off. It feels like something just ended. Like you were living together and then it was like, boom, it was over. It feels like very abrupt. It feels like you guys were on the same page, same goals, you talked about it, and then boom, you were like blindsided. Like you didn't even see it coming. They wanted a divorce, or they said, oh, you're not the one for me. So something very serious here that's kind of weighed on your mind for a long, long time, and maybe has affected relationships after that quite a bit, to where you have been like, I'm not going to give you any of my heart because I'm going to be this earth energy, which is very diligent, works very hard, but on an emotional scale, kind of blocked off. And I think some of that might have come from this 3 of Wands, where you once had something that you really felt like you were a part of something special, and it ended. And for a lot of you, it was like the wool was pulled over your eyes. It was an affair of some sort. Could also be from your childhood that you witnessed that, and you've had abandonment issues or different things throughout your life, and you're starting to realize. But again, it feels like you may still have your guard up because of that. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Fool. This is a new beginning. This is an innocence. This is a folly. This is a brand new start. This is the beginning of the major arcana. So this is a whole new cycle starting over. So the Fool, if you're single, definitely says you're ready to start over. Some of you haven't dated in a long time. Some of you have dated, but it's just been kind of like, it's just for fun. It's just for lust. It's just for whatever, which is fine. You know, everybody has a different reason for dating. But now, past few weeks, past month or so, you're going, no, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to start over. I'm ready to start a new beginning. I'm ready to meet the one, so to speak, that we were talking about just a minute ago. So I really like seeing the Fool here for you, because it means you're on a new path. You're on almost like a war path to say, hey, I'm a good enough person to be in a relationship with. I know what I'm looking for. Just make sure you're not hiding any emotions, because the Fool doesn't. The Fool kind of goes out with an innocence of, I know nothing bad about dating. I know nothing bad about love. I know nothing bad about my past. I'm going to leave all of that shit in the closet and start fresh without letting anything ruin it that I may have experienced in the past. If you're looking to reconcile, this feels like it could be a new direction with this person. However, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Sagittarius. I feel like this is you almost recognizing that you may need a new start on your own. I'm kind of feeling like a downturn in the reconciliation front, because I feel like you're feeling like this accomplished, successful person with or without this person in your life. And you may have started to realize that may need to be the direction that you're going to go. And if they did come back, it would almost be like a charity for you to talk to them, or charitable. Now, I know there's people cross-watching saying, oh, it was all Sagittarius' fault. I know, I get it. Every situation's different. That's why it's a general read. But I usually get the cross-watchers who, like to say it was the sign that I'm reading for's fault. And I get it. And that's major possibility, but I'm reading for this sign. So Sagittarius, I feel like the reconciliation is something that you would consider, okay? But you're already like heading in the direction of moving on. Like, you're moving on, but you're leaving the window open. Does that make sense? The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next, 2 months, throughout generally the next 60 days or so. And you have the Two of Coins, Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Coins, Two of Pentacles is opportunities. This is definitely like a coming together type opportunity. It's a priority, it's a change, it's balancing things out. So if you're single, there is some sort of change coming that you're going to have to shift your priorities. And I think right now you are acting like this earth sign, because you have so many earth sign energy. And like I said, earth sign will work, but not on the emotional front. Not necessarily that they don't all, but they typically will not allow those emotions to come out unless they're feeling that connection. And I feel like Sagittarius, this month you're acting more like an earth sign, because at some point when you were the fire sign that you are, you got jaded, and so now you're coming across as guarded with a wall up. The Two of Pentacles or Two of Coins says, look, you're going to change that. There's going to be some sort of, your priorities are going to change, because somebody's going to come in that's going to balance you out, that you're going to feel very balanced with, that you're going to feel very connected to. And that in turn will make you feel like opening up the heart chakra, opening up that life that you've wanted, or that relationship you've wanted, or connection you've wanted, and you're going to shift some priorities to make that happen. You're going to feel a little balanced out, well, a lot balanced out with this person around. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like this is your priorities are changing. Like, you've been stuck on this person for a long time. You felt like you would never connect with anybody like this ever again. And I just don't see that being a priority to you anymore. And I feel like if you stay away from this person, or you guys don't reconnect, you may end up feeling more balanced and more balanced and more balanced. I hate to say that, Sag, but I'm really not getting a feeling that this is going to be a major priority for you anymore. I feel like you already know that. And I feel like if you do connect with him again, it's going to be like okay, I'll see what you have to say, but I'm already like being presented with other offers, or I'm all of a sudden work or other things are successful. There's things building you up to where you realize that you may be a little more balanced without this person. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month of July, now you're feeling a little more like yourself throughout the month. This is a Seven of Wands, but this is feeling like you have to defend yourself about something. This is definitely feeling like, I don't know, like that maybe somebody is going to take advantage of you, because this is you also feeling very defensive. But if you're single, this is a priority card. Literally, if you looked up definitions of both of these cards, they have priorities in them. So I feel like you really are figuring out what your priorities are. But this tells me that somebody's coming in that's going to make you feel like opening up your heart, but in the beginning you're going to resist. I feel like as time goes on, those priorities are going to change, because this is you feeling defensive, like, oh no, you're not allowed to get into that space. That's the emotional space. That's the space right now that I've got guarded. That's the space. That's the hole in my heart that I haven't quite filled in yet. Because again, you may feel like there's a strategy or manipulation behind it, but I don't think that's the case, Sagittarius. I really think you need to take a chance on them. You need to come in as this innocence, like, there's, I'm not going to get screwed again. And you may. That's life, right? We can't predict any of that. It would be so much easier if we could say, oh, you're going to screw me in 4 months, so I'm not going to, like, we don't know that. So I feel like you're going to move from this, like, okay, I do want to make romance and love a priority, and just meeting somebody a priority, and connecting with somebody a priority. But you're on the defense, you've got that wall still up, and then eventually they're going to balance you out and make you feel like opening up that part again. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like they're going to come back and say, why don't you want to be with me? Why aren't we doing this? We should be moving in together. We should be in love. We should da-da. And I feel like you're gonna have to get very defensive. You're gonna have to be like, well, my priorities have shifted a little bit. You took some time. You did your thing. I gave you my heart. You broke it. There may have been some deceit here. It may just have been that you guys grew apart, but now there's some reminiscing. They're feeling like, they miss you a ton. You're feeling like you miss them. But here I feel like you may say, no, things are going really good for me right now. I don't necessarily know that you bring any positivity into my life. And I feel like they're not going to like that answer, and you're going to feel like you have to be on the defense at some point this month. The next card you have is any tangible situation that's going to come through. So any situation that will present itself physically, tangibly to you throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Could last for a day, a week, an hour, etc. And you have the King of Wands. This is somebody that people look up to. So if you're single, this definitely says you're going to have offers. You're going to have suitors. Now, the kinds of offers I can't, there's going to be offers of lust. There's going to be offers of whatever. There may be a few people who just, are enthralled by you, who are drawn to you, who are, magnetized by you, because you're giving off this energy now. It's almost like you've had the wall up as the earth sign energy, but now you're coming out full, blazing full in July as who you are, the King of Wands. And, this is a fire sign energy, obviously, like yourself. So this means if you're single, people are recognizing what you bring to the table, how valuable you are. So you are going to have a few people, vying for your attention, which is very good. But you're, again, in this traditional, very king-like, structured position to where you're just not going to give it to anybody. You're just not going to, this isn't about, being with somebody just to say you have someone anymore. This isn't about just dating. This is about you finding somebody who matches you toe to toe on, not everything has to match, obviously, but they're going in the same direction. They have the same priorities. They want the same balance you do, but they also understand that you have been hurt, and you might be a tough shell to crack for a little bit, but they're willing to, stick it out. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely means that they're looking up to you, they're missing you, they're thinking, hey, you were like the most amazing person I'd ever been with. It's kind of like, they were like grass is always greener, or they thought the grass is always greener type scenario, and now they're regretting it. But hindsight's 20/20, because again, I feel like you may realize that you're better off without them, and they're looking at you like this, like, I missed you so much. I realize now that you were the person that I should be with. I realize now that you're the person that that I should be with, and you were really good to me, and the grass is greener was not a good scenario, etc., etc. But you may be kind of in this higher realm where you're like, I don't know, I just don't know that you're healthy for me anymore. The next card you have is any hopes, anything you're going to feel internally throughout the month. This is your hopes card, so sorry. This is your internal card, so anything you're going to feel throughout the month, beginning, middle, end, again, 1 day, 2 days, etc., and you have the 10 of Cups. I love this card. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I feel like this is very much a joined energy here. The 10 of Cups is about peace. It's about joy. It's about bliss. This is about you hoping and meditating and praying, whatever you do. This is you really saying, this is what I want. Whether the end goal for you is to find somebody to be completely committed to have kids with, to have a family with, or whether you just want to, be in a committed relationship and adopt a pet, whatever it is to you, this is whether you're single or looking to reconcile. This is you focusing on what you want, what the end game is, what your goal is, where do you want to be 20 years from now, who do you want to be with, and it's a positive energy. So some of you who are looking to reconcile, even if you do reconcile, and like I said, I'm not seeing that necessarily being the case here, but even if you do, you're still hoping for the best. And if you're single, you're still hoping for the best. So basically, this is saying throughout the month of July, there's going to be points where you remember exactly why you're doing this, because you know where you want to be, 10, 15, 20 years from now. The next card you have is your hopes and dreams for the outcome of the month, and you have the Page of Cups. So this is kind of interesting. This is an innocence, like a childlike innocence. This is a very emotional card. So this is internal, but this is saying you're hoping somebody, if you're single, you're hoping somebody brings those emotions out of you. You want to feel love again. You want to feel that childlike innocence. You want that new beginning. You want that love. You want to feel the whole package. The working hard in a relationship, but also loving somebody and lusting after them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the page is saying that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping that this person that you're going to meet, if you haven't met them already, and it may be another month before you meet them, but you're hoping that this person brings this innocence, this childlike, this emotion out of you and makes you feel again. Really, that's what it comes down to, is feeling again. I feel like I should title your video, Sagittarius, you're ready to feel again, because like this wall is starting to come down, or you're hoping somebody helps you get there. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you almost feeling like, I'm not going to feel guilty. If I decide I don't want to go on with this, if I decide I don't want to move forward with this, I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm okay here. I'm okay. My emotions are in check. As much as I love you, as much as I have a connection with you, there's some certain things missing. There's a reason I feel like guarding my heart. There's a reason I want a new beginning, because things in my life are starting to change for the better. And for a long time, they weren't great with this person. And so you're kind of like, I'm not going to feel bad. If it doesn't work out, or if I decide that I'm better off without you, then I'm not going to feel bad about it. There's new chances on the horizon, new things on the horizon. The next card you have is your outcome for the month. Wow. And you're showing up all over the place now, Sag, as your fire sign self, and as your highest, best fire sign self, because now you have the Queen of Wands. She's confident. She's very, she's full of confidence. She's very creative, very passionate. She knows what she wants. She's not afraid to get it. She can be charming, she or he. I don't associate, the sex of the card with the sex of the person, but the Queen of Wands is saying your outcome is confident. If you're single, you may be meeting somebody who's going to make you feel confident. Now, again, I feel like you may be giving them a little run for their money. You're making sure that they're not telling you what they think you want to hear, et cetera, et cetera. But I definitely feel like they're going to end up bringing out the best of you out. They're going to be helping you build your confidence side by side by side. And I think that's very positive. If you're looking to reconcile, this is you, no matter what you decide you want to do in this situation, which I think for a majority of you, you've already started to recognize that you're doing much better without this person. But the Queen of Wands is saying, look, you have the capability to be confident in your decision. Again, I feel like this person is going to be hurt. I feel like this person is a little hurt. They're going to be hurt. They may, you may be on the defense with this card, having to explain yourself. But in the end, whatever way you go, you're going to be confident in it. And I hate to say it, but I really feel like you're going to be more confident in yourself moving forward by yourself than with this other person. Now, for your clarifying for the outcome of the month, you have the 8 of Coins. Okay, the 8 of Coins is again working very hard towards something, having stamina, being very dutiful. So this is you at the outcome of the month. You may feel very confident and whatnot, but you're still not ready to release your heart because you're working on it. It's a work in progress. If you're single, you're like, okay, this whole love scenario, this whole love situation for me is a work in progress. I will work hard. I will put my time and energy into the right person. And I feel like come towards the end of the month or in the next few weeks, maybe past July, you're going to find that person that you want to put all of your time and energy into, but you are going to be, they are going to have to help you, lower that wall brick by brick by brick. If you're looking to reconcile, I think this is you putting your energy into everything else but this person. This is you working hard at work. This is you working hard at, any extracurricular activities you have. because this is you focusing on everything but trying to make that love connection happen. You're kind of like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not pushing it. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to make it something, this is you being confident no matter what. And this is you saying, look, I'm not going to, this isn't going to be my focus anymore. I have too many other things going for me. You want to be a part of my life? You'll come in at the right time. Things will align and the universe will say it should be that way. All right. Your clarifier for, and you have so many coin energy, so much earth energy. It's unbelievable. Again, you may be dealing with Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or that may be who you're going to end up meeting if you're single. You have the Ace of Pentacles clarifying your distant future, and that's one of my favorite cards because the Ace of Coins or Pentacles is potential, it's prosperity, it's beginnings, it's new opportunity. So this goes swimmingly with the Fool, and then you're just going to have to figure out how it balances in your life. So if you're single, there is a new beginning coming in. I think, again, it may be in the next month or two. I don't necessarily know that it'll be throughout the month of July, but I really strongly feel like this is the person that you've kind of been waiting for, that you've been looking for. The Ace of Pentacles, like I said, is one of my favorite cards because it's just a plethora of opportunities. It's potential in every direction, and it's new beginnings. If you're looking to reconcile, I don't see this as a new beginning between you and that person. Again, I've apologized for it. I'm not going to apologize anymore because sometimes the read doesn't show it that way. And this Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. This isn't a new opportunity with that person. It can be, but this right here is saying that you're just on a different playing field now. You just don't want to be consumed by that person. And this is saying, look, if you're confident in your decision, you focus on everything else and you move past that connection that didn't make you feel good at one point, and still has not made you feel great, and you're doing better by yourself and you're building up your confidence, and you're feeling this King and Queen energy. This is saying a new opportunity is coming for you too. Again, it could be with that person, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not. I think this is a new opportunity, big time. And in other aspects too, it almost feels like now that you've been single, you've had more time to focus on you and your priorities and things you want, and it's given you abundance in life. So, all right, Sagittarius, have a great month.